And are you going to university here?
July.
Just thought I'd pop up and ask the question, what is she saying? What language is she speaking? It's all alien to me because I don't speak too many languages myself, but we're going to find out inside today when we watch some fun street hypnosis clip with these two girls. They're great stars, you're going to love it, and I'm going to be talking about some of the myths associated with street hypnosis and hypnosis in general, whether it's therapy or street. This is in response to a commenter on one of my videos last week, so stay tuned and let's break those myths and understand just how hypnosis works. See you inside. Hi there, my name's Tram Mirza. I'm a hypnotist and clinical hypnotherapist. Every week I show you some fun street hypnosis to introduce you to the idea of hypnosis, and then we can discuss an aspect of hypnosis related to that video to educate and inform you about how hypnosis works. As I said up front, there were some lovely comments in the comment section of last week's video from a person called Honeybadger7. That's their handle there, and they had quite a long, deep discussion with me textually in the comments, but I thought it was worth coming on and creating a video and discussing what they were asking in terms of the myths around how hypnosis works and maybe how it can be misused as well. So we're going to see the fun street hypnosis clip first. You're going to see two skits from these girls. You've seen them before in this video and this video. Check out all the videos from them as well after you've watched this video. Stay tuned for this video first because you're really going to enjoy this video, and then check out the previous videos. And stay tuned after the street hypnosis clip is finished because I'm going to come back and talk and answer some thoughts and questions revolving around the conversation I had with Honeybadger7. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification button as well, so you get notified every time there's a new video coming out from myself. Helps my YouTube channel grow if you also tell me what you think of this video by leaving a comment in the comment section below, or at least giving us a big "that was great." Always like those ones, but I love the discussions. As you see today, this video is being tailored around comments and a chat conversation, and a good healthy conversation about hypnosis. So without any further ado, let's watch the street hypnosis.
In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 your names will come back to you fully. Your names will come back to you fully. But just as quickly as your names come back to you fully, in a moment you're going to realise that the person I'm touching now, only the person I'm touching now, you are an alien from another planet. You are an alien from another planet, and you cannot speak English. You can only speak alien. You know what it's like, beep bop, weep bop, or whatever. You instinctively know whatever comes out of your mouth, other than English, is a weird and wonderful language. The person I'm touching now, you speak English, but you're an alien translator, and whatever your friend says, you will be able to speak perfect alien and understand and translate perfect alien. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. So, how did you get here to QCon today? What did she say?
Oh, so she said that she came here in a car with her family.
Excellent. And are you going to university here?
July. So she doesn't actually go to university, but she's really considering it. She thinks it's a good option for her.
And what is your career path going to be? What did she say?
So she doesn't really know what it is that she really wants to do, but she has, you know, like a lot of ideas in her head. She's just trying to figure out what's the best for her.
Okay. And what's your planet like?
Very pink.
Okay. And is it sunny or rainy, or what's the weather like?
It's a lot of random weather, pretty much.
Okay, very good. And look at me and sleep now. Way down, deeper, relaxed. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you're no longer an alien, and you're no longer an alien translator. But in a minute you're going to open your eyes, you're going to see a wonderful little doll, a little monkey doll. And whenever you see the monkey doll do, you're going to be compelled to just do whatever the monkey doll does. Nod your head that you understand. Whatever the monkey doll does, you're just going to be compelled to do. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. I want to introduce you to my little friend. We're near done. We're near done. That's one. Look, have you seen my friend? Look what happens. What happens when I do this? Isn't that cool?
Watch out.
Should I lift the other one up as well? And sleep. Way down. Deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and count from 1 to 5 and the count of 5 this time. On the count of 5, all hypnosis will disappear. All hypnotic suggestions will disappear. You will not follow what the monkey does. You will remember your name fully. And you'll have a wonderful day at QCon. You'll have a wonderful sleep tonight. Full of life, full of energy, like if a 12-hour sleep, like a 6-hour massage. So 1, feeling that feeling of hypnosis just disappear from the tips of your toes. 2, washing up through your legs, through your stomach, through your pelvis. 3, take a deep breath in. Feel the energy washing all the way through you. 4, 5, stretch and wide awake. There you go. Did you have a good time?
Hi, thanks for staying and welcome back to this tutorial section. Weren't those two girls wonderful stars? In that video, as you saw there were 2 skits, and then you saw me bringing them out of hypnosis just to finish off with those 2 girls. This is the end video in a series of videos with these 2 girls, and as I say, you can check out the info cards above, and I'll put in the description section links to all the videos from these girls. So I'll cover off quickly. There were the 2 skits, which was the first one, which was an interesting situation. Usually when you see me hypnotizing people, even if I'm talking to several people, I'll just give the same suggestion to both people. The first skit was involving the one girl speaking alien, the other girl having a different suggestion, translating what the first girl was saying. 2 different roles, 2 different suggestions. And the way that's done most popularly is with touch. So what I did is I touched one girl and said, the person I'm touching now, and even though her eyes were closed, she could feel that touch. She was aware he's talking to me, and I said, you can speak alien. And then I touched the other girl and I said, you can translate. And that's probably the easiest way. If you've got multiple suggestions for multiple people, you will do it through touch, because you want them to be focused in that eyes closed state of focused attention. So now, while they're not looking, they can still feel that touch. And of course, obviously, you want to touch in an appropriate place, and the shoulder is the best place, obviously, to touch anyone. The second skit was around following what the monkey does. That really brings me on to the point where I was talking about before, both in the first skit and the second skit. As I moved the monkey, they were watching what the monkey was doing and following those actions that the monkey was playing out through me. I was touching the monkey, I was moving the inanimate object, the monkey doll, and they were watching what the monkey was doing and following that. There was no Jedi powers coming from the monkey or coming from me to control their arm movements, to control their head movements or their leg movements. It was all just visually seeing what I was doing, and because I'd set that up previously with the verbal suggestion, everything the monkey does you will do, now I didn't have to give any suggestions. I would just move silently. This is what we would call a non-verbal suggestion, that they should move their arm or they should move their head. I talk about that in terms of energy because Honeybunny7 in the comment section of last week's video was saying, this is quite negative, you know, you could do harm with people because of the power, because of the energy that you're using to control other people. Hypnosis is not about Jedi powers. That's purely for people like this Obi-Wan Kenobi, as Honeybunny7 said. It's not magic like Harry Potter. It's purely about me either verbally or non-verbally giving them a suggestion. No energy is coming from the monkey, no energy is flowing from my hands to their body to make things move. Ooh. It's purely a verbal suggestion. It's a very powerful suggestion because they're accepting that suggestion and doing it blindly, in the same way as when I suggested you will speak alien, she didn't flinch. As soon as I asked her questions, she was chirping away in that beautiful alien language that she had created. When I gave that suggestion to her, you will talk in an alien language, maybe it's beep bop, beep bop, right? I was giving some crazy sound suggestions. She didn't accept my suggestions. She was in control of how she interpreted that as an alien language, and she made it all of her own, and it was beautiful the way she talked. The girl, her friend, I assume it was her friend, she translated without a heartbeat missing. And a lot of the times, you know, the girl speaking alien was doing this, and she didn't say, oh, she can see with glasses or something. She was making totally her own sentence up, and that makes it funny, that makes it engaging as an entertainment piece. But I'm not just making a fool of these people for entertainment purposes. It's very empowering to know that you have the freedom to tap in to those thoughts, those ideas, that imagination within you. I really want to get across to people, because I know, I've heard this before, that people think there's some sort of, you know, magnetic fields coming from my hands or beams coming from my eyes. That's not hypnosis. That's not how hypnosis works. And if you think that's the case, please, let's have a discussion in the comment section if you think that way. And if you have some strong thoughts on that, let's have a discussion about that. I'll even get on a Zoom call if you want me to get on a Zoom call with individuals. I've always offered that from time to time in the comment section. Anytime somebody wants to discuss this, they're afraid of it, they're worried about it, I want to have a good, healthy discussion. I'm not going to just stand my point for the sake of it. And if you come up with something, I go, oh, I didn't know that. I will admit it. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about hypnosis, that it's controlling. Again, I've done that alien skit in the past, and sometimes I'll say, when you wake up, you will speak alien, and they just go. Now, the suggestion, if you listen carefully, was you will not be able to speak English, you can only speak alien. And the first suggestion is, well, it's easier to accept that you just can't do something that you usually do. So the hypnosis has worked. They've accepted the suggestion they can't speak English, but they haven't that imagination to come up with that beautiful string of words that this girl came up with to speak a foreign language. So the result is they'll just go, and it's just not as entertaining. It's funny in one way, and it's an experience for them again, but it's not the same. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that I've helped not just Honeybunny 7, but a lot of you out there that thought there was some sort of mystic force. Every suggestion I make is purely a verbal one coming out of my mouth, crafted in a way that I think will best be accepted by the individual I'm talking to. If they accept it, and they will play it out in whatever they want to play it out. I'm not probing inside their mind. I'm not touching on their subconscious. I may be talking to their subconscious, no different than I talk to you. As I'm talking to you now, you're consciously aware of this video, and I'm talking to you, but I'm not probing your conscious mind. I'm not messing with your conscious mind any more than I'm probing or messing or dealing with your subconscious mind. As I said to Honeybunny 7, I love your name by the way, their point was, because I'm probing inside, this hypnosis is a more delicate profession than many other professions. But as I've hopefully explained, it's not probing in somebody's mind. I'm not messing with someone's mind any more than maybe an accountant would mess with someone's money. Hopefully we trust that if we hire an accountant, they're going to look after our money, they're going to look after our business, they're going to do the books appropriately. But I'm sure you know there's stories out there where an accountant fiddled the books, maybe stole money from the company, millions of pounds from the company, maybe even ran the company into debt and the company collapsed. And the owners were so destitute, losing their house, losing all the cars, maybe even breaking down their marriage, that they would totally ruin their life. This is a profession like accounting, and yet even an accountant, if not done properly, can mess with someone, but there has to be intent there. It's unlikely that an accountant will accidentally, divert funds out of the pension or whatever. Let's pick another profession, maybe nursing. And nursing is a very honourable profession, it's a very noble profession, it's a very hard-working profession, and these days it's a very underpaid profession. And yet there are people who have a bad intent, and there are stories in the recent months and the recent years where a nurse had killed people by maliciously playing with the medications and not looking after the people in their care. So it happens in any profession, and hypnosis is not any better off if you have bad intent. It's no worse off. You know, the comment from Honeybunny7 was that hypnosis is different than other professions that can have malicious intent, because we're actually messing inside someone's mind. Hopefully I've explained today that we're not delving into somebody's mind, we're not unscrewing their head and delving inside their brain and actually messing with their mind. We're just communicating, and if you have good intent, which 99,999 out of a million hypnotherapists do have good intent, and I hope all they have. I'm trying to be fair and say maybe not everyone has total intent, but it's no different than any other profession. Nurses, accountants, builders have built tower blocks, and because they've tried to skimp on money and save money, they've put inappropriate non-fireproof materials in there, and tower blocks have burnt down. People have lost their lives, all over a few pounds of money to try and save and win the contract in the first place. So it happens in every profession. Hypnosis is not worse or better if someone comes into any profession with bad intent. It's just you're relying on, and hopefully if you're hiring a hypnotherapist or whatever, you're going to do your due diligence and make sure that individual has good intent for you, and that you have that trust so that you will get a good service from them, as you would for hiring an accountant or selecting a nurse or whatever. So I hope you like this video. I hope you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification button next to the subscribe button. And if you have any comments, well, this video has really been crafted today in the feedback about hypnosis and busting some of those myths. I hope you have a new, fresh outlook on what hypnosis is, and that there's no powers, there's no energies, there's no forces coming out from the hypnotist. It's purely working with the individual and conveying suggestions. So leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think, and if you got an idea, a thought about hypnosis that might not be just what you think and you'd like to discuss it, I love discussing it in the comments, and as I say, I might make a video all about your topic if you leave a comment in the comment section below. In the meantime, I'll leave you for now. I'll leave you with this video, which is the induction of these two girls. Check out that video next, have fun with that video, and see you next week.